Oh, ye of little faith. I was just in the chat a couple minutes ago, and I was hearing messages in there, people saying blind, alone, and by himself? How's he going to pull it off? What they don't know is that I'm the one that does this thing. I set it up every week for me and Brooks and Banana. I'm the tech guru. I'm the guy who actually sets up all the crazy equipment for the live. And generally, it goes pretty well. Every once in a while, Steve comes in here, he starts knocking stuff over on me. But for the most part, I am my own technical engineer, thanks to the, modern miracle of text-to-speech.
At Heather Solomon 6160 said he.
That's you, Heather. Were you the one that was doubting I'd be able to do this? Ooh, I think Steve is here. And yeah, I've got all sorts of stuff going on. I got text-to-speech going on. I'll be taking phone calls because...
Welcome to the Blind Surfer Show.
That's right. It's the Blind Surfer Show. I'm here. I think I just fell. Oh, Steve is here. Brooks is not here. I got the rubber chicken instead. What up, rubber chicken? It's the noisiest rubber chicken of all time. I was sent something. Steve, what do you have? Is this one of Banana's, sandals or something? Every time I let him come in here, this is what happens. He just, mauls me, tries to step on the equipment, steps on my groin. All right, Steve, find a comfortable seat. We're going to be talking to some people here, having some fun, and he's not going to get settled, is he? I don't. Every week I'm like, when I do the show alone, I'm like, I want co-host. I want someone to be here. I'll let Steve be here, except he does this, and we just dropped the sandal. Looking forward to hearing all you guys in the chat, and as I was saying, somebody sent me something. Steve, you gotta sit down. You've gotta sit down at some point. But he doesn't actually have to. He could. He could literally just stand there the whole time. He's persistent like that. I was thinking about all the many careers and jobs and things that I've done in my entire life. Steve, come on, pal.
Borazora said hello.
Hello.
I like your videos.
Oh, thank you, Borazora. I appreciate that.
It's Jenny1 said such a pretty dog.
He is a pretty dog, isn't he? I think you guys are just going to be staring at him tonight. I think is his face right in front of mine? Yeah, I feel like it is. I feel like you're just going to be watching Steve the whole night. Well, good thing he's pretty. Speaking of faces, in the many, many careers I've had in my life, I tried all sorts of different things. I got to show you this. This is a headshot when I was in... Steve, there we go. Oop.
At the Goose of Knowledge said the Goose of Knowledge has been...
At SarahCam7808 tipped $5 through Super Chat. Hey Pete, you have been crushing the lives. The pop-up lives are fun.
Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate that. And Sarah, you will be happy to know. I don't know if you have any usable vision, but I'm going to hold it up. This is the vitamins.
At the Goose of Knowledge said there were active volcanoes on the moon when dinosaurs were alive.
Oh, the Goose of Knowledge is dropping some interesting knowledge again. These are the vitamins that you told me to get, Sarah. I got them. They're here. I have not had anybody read the instructions to me, but they're apparently supposed to be good for eye health. And I don't really have much left. I have the ability to sense light, which doesn't seem like a lot because it's not, because it doesn't really help me maneuver or do anything, but it's better than nothing. So I figure if these things can help me maintain that, then good. But what I was trying to say was, want to see an interesting face besides Steve's face? Look at this right here. Hopefully it's coming up. I don't have anybody to verify it for me, but this is me when I was 23 years old and I was in an electro rock band. And I was living in Manhattan. Name of the band was Penthouse J, and this was what the stylist came up for me. They came up with that look right there. I'm not sure how long I want to leave that up there for because it's mildly embarrassing. But Steve's kissing
Glad
me.
you got M.
Yes, I am glad I got them too.
Terry Rhines said your videos are awesome.
Thank
Keep
you.
up the great work.
Appreciate that, Terry Rhyme. So I was trying everything. I always had 3 jobs. I'm just going to wrestle Steve the whole night while you guys are watching. I was always working in production. I was a radio imaging guy, radio production guy. I had the voiceover career going, but I spent some time as a stand-up comedian. I spent some time as a model, and I was doing that band called Penthouse J. And there's a handful of reasons it didn't succeed. Steve.
At Jacob Harrison 2204 tipped $20 through Super Chat. Hey man, how are you this evening in California?
I'm very good, Jacob. Thank you for kicking things off in a big way right there. I really appreciate that. I love the super chats. I'm not going to say that at the end of these videos that if I do one alone and then I do one with Banana, I don't necessarily compare how much the super chat earned me while I was alone versus when Banana was here. I mean, I might do that. And I might have beat her the last couple times, but you know, not to rub it in or anything. So anyway, there was a couple reasons my band didn't succeed. One was, I mean, the music wasn't really that good, but in that genre, it was like electro rock, kind of some EDM stuff like that. But back then, it didn't really need to have great music. I mean, even these days, you can just be like a good image, and then they'll put some stuff together for you. I wasn't a good dancer. I basically just kind of hung out on stage. And I looked like this. I had a little soul patch going on. And I had some like eye makeup under my eyes, I believe, in this picture. I can't see it, obviously. I'm just doing it from memory. I think my hair is sticking straight up. I had like 2 or 3 earrings at a certain point in my life. And I don't know if that's in that picture or not. But I think the 2 biggest things that were standing in my way of succeeding as a frontman for the band Penthouse J were the fact that I didn't do drugs and I wasn't into dudes. Straight up, honestly. I remember going down to the EDM festival in Miami, and we took a bunch of meetings down there. My management team kept bringing me into meetings, and the first thing that was offered to me was drugs. Like, you walk through the door, and they're like, "Hey, here you go, here's a party platter." And I was always like, no, thanks. And you could tell, like, the mood of the room was like, oh. And then there were always guys running these, like, weird little record labels that were definitely hitting on me a lot. One guy he came up from behind me, totally surprised me, and slid his business card inside my jeans pocket, like freaked me out so hard. And I remember after like a handful of meetings, months on end of doing these kinds of meetings, one of my managers at a certain point was like, "Can you just pretend to do some drugs?" I'm like, how's that going to help me? And like, and am I also supposed to pretend to be interested and pretend to do something with these guys to get the record deal? It was a weird scene. I'm talking like 2000 to 2002 in Manhattan and Miami. I was mildly interested in having a career as a rock star or kind of like pop EDM star, but it didn't happen. But I did get a very interesting makeover. This was me walking around looking like that for a couple of years in Manhattan. And now, my career is full-time voiceovers, voice acting. I do this YouTube thing on the side, and I'm really enjoying doing these shows, which is why I'm back for a second night in a row and talking to you guys. And I just kind of enjoy it. I like connecting with people. I like hearing the stories. I like it when the text-to-speech thing works. I never know if I'm actually online. So why don't I just take a call, because it is supposed to be a call-in show, and I'll hear what you guys have to say. The first caller of the night, I will say, first caller of the night is never there. It's a jinx every time. 760-517-6844 is the phone number.
The Goose of Knowledge
Here's the Goose
said
of
hot
Knowledge.
water will turn into ice faster than cold water.
Is that true? Hot water will turn into ice faster than cold water? I feel like I should know that, but I don't. Hey, who's this? We got someone on the line? See, I told you, the first call every night, the person is never there. Hold on, I gotta blow them up. I gotta blow up the first person, unless they want to be there.
At the Casabro
At Sarah Cam
9971 tip
7808
$4.99 through Super Chat. Been watching your shorts for a couple years. My first live stream. Love you,
cool.
dude.
Well, I appreciate your hopping into the live stream. Look at that. First time in, you're dropping some cash. I definitely appreciate that. I've been doing these I kind of been doing them off and on for like, hold on, I got to blow up the person that's online. They're still there.
Turtles. I like turtles.
Josh likes turtles, and I don't like people that call and then don't say anything. It freaks me out every time. I did test the phone before we went on. I tested it last night, took a bunch of calls, so I know it works. Yeah, I think I've been doing live shows off and on for like a year and a half or 2 years, maybe. I don't quite some time, but I'm doing them more regularly now just because I'm having fun with it. I got the setup working. I got the ability to hear the text to speech once people are in there, and we have the ability to take the phone calls and talk to you guys. That is, if people actually, feel like
At
responding
Lightshade
when I go to them.
5909 said the shorts are peak NGL.
Well, that's good to hear. I just
Terry Rhines said
Hey.
you and Banana are both awesome.
We are awesome. Hey, who's there in line? I hear someone talking.
Hello,
Hey, who's this?
this is Alex from Pennsylvania. I was here on Sunday.
Oh, what's going on? I tried a Sunday morning show. It didn't seem like there was a ton of people kicking around on Sunday morning. You were awake though. You were there for it, huh?
Yeah,
What's been going on?
nothing. I just had another question.
Sure, go ahead.
If you weren't blind, what would you be doing right now? Like as a career? Would you still be doing YouTube?
No, I don't think so. It's funny. I didn't have any older siblings to influence me, but I did have two older cousins, and what the heck? Like one of them went on to be an engineer, and I think I had some interest early on in being a defense attorney. I think I like I don't know. I think I wanted to go and practice law at a certain point in my life. Um, I, it all depends. Like as you grow up, like I remember in third grade, I wanted to be a motorcycle cop. I do think there was a really formative point in my life when I was getting out of college and I was deciding exactly what I was going to do. And I definitely had leanings to want to be an on-camera actor. I wanted to be a film actor, but I knew with the way my eyesight was at that time, it was really bad. My eye contact was bad. I wasn't able to drive. And people told me, like, if you can't drive, you can't get around LA. And if you can't read scripts in front of people, you're not going to really do so good in the auditions. So I went the route of radio and voice acting instead of on-camera acting. But I don't know. It's a good question. A part of me thinks I would have been an actor. A part of me thinks I might have just followed my dad's footsteps and been in the car business. Or maybe I've been a lawyer or engineer. I mean, I don't know. Losing my eyesight at the rate I did when I did really influenced my life. I mean, it made a lot of decisions for me, or I made a lot of decisions based around it, I guess.
Okay.
But I definitely don't think, I don't know. I mean, who's to say? I don't feel like I would have been doing YouTube if I could see. If I could see, I might be out in the world looking at things and doing more things as opposed to sitting here. Maybe that's just my brain right now.
Said Y is not a vowel.
Y is not a vowel. A-E-I-O-U and sometimes Y. I like the goose of knowledge. I feel like if Brooks was here, he'd be having a good
Stardom
time.
Up said I am cold, lol.
Well, you're cold? Why are you cold? Where are you, Trent? I forget where you
At
are.
Maxwell Stanley 8,850.
At the Casabro 9971 tipped $4.99 through Super Chat. Shoot, my call dropped somehow. I was first in line, haha. I am back in the queue, I guess.
All right. It said Casabro or Casabro. I'm not really sure. Sorry. I went to the first call and it was the jinx of the first call. Whoever calls up first every night, they're never there when I go to them for some reason. But we can definitely try and take some more phone calls. 760-517-6844 is the phone number. Hey, who is this? Are you there?
At Stardom Up said I am in Delaware.
Oh, Delaware. It's cold in Delaware? Hello. Hey, who's this?
At the Goose of Knowledge said, hey, that's my line.
The goose is dropping some knowledge. Hey, who's this?
Hey, this is Dana from Colorado.
Dana, what's going on tonight?
Nothing. Well, nothing much, I'm just chilling in my room.
You sound like you might be roommates or related to Ice, who gave us a call last night. You're just chilling, hanging out? You doing any gaming or anything?
No, I'm just texting people.
Are you texting him, hey, I'm on YouTube right now, check it out?
No, I might now that you said it.
What'd you want to talk about?
I kind of have two questions.
Sure.
Okay, the first question, can you let me know if this is offensive? I don't want to offend you. Do you, since you're blind, do you see in your dreams?
Yeah, we talked about that a lot. Brooks and I talked about that a lot last night. We did about 15 minutes on it, but to quickly recap, I see perfectly in my dreams. This is a lately, like the past few months, maybe half year, I close my eyes and go to bed and I see perfectly. I have great vision in my dreams. It's kind of freaky. I kind of enjoy it, but then I'm sad every morning when I wake up. I'm like, oh yeah, crap, I can't see anything.
And based on is it like outlines of objects and people, or is it just total darkness?
It's total lightness. It's brightness.
It's bright.
Yeah, I when I go out into the world, I can sense light and dark. So there is dark. Like if there's not much light, it's just kind of it's like soup. It's almost like swimming around in a swamp with your eyes open. Like there's just kind of soupy, swampy, dark colors. But like right now, I've got two lights right in front of me during this show, and whenever I step outside and I go out into the real world with sunlight, it's just bright, 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 overwhelming, headache-inducing light, which is why I'm always wearing the sunglasses. And like, if I'm like standing on a street corner and a bus drives in front of me and it blocks out the light, I can tell that it was bright and now it's not. And, you know, in that instance, I would hear the bus and I'd put two and two together, but I'm not really seeing anything. I'm just seeing light and then light getting blocked.
Oh, okay. And for my last question, second question, has there ever been a moment or like you've been like in a job or in the real world where someone has said something to you and you kind of just gotta look at them and be like, I have these things, I have this walker for a reason, and like they don't know you're blind.
You know, I feel like I've been having that a lot lately. So I posted a video a while ago, a few months ago, with the lightsaber cane that I've got. I feel like most people understand like the regular cane, like most people understand it. I'd say like 80% of the people. The lightsaber cane, and I keep going back and forth in my head and with Banana, like, do I keep using this or not? It gets a lot of attention, gets a lot of people out of my way. I am using it every night that I go out, but I just ran into a random guy at a restaurant at night the other night, and he thought it was super cool. I'm like, you know, it's a blind cane, right? And he's like, yeah. He's like, I figured it out. And I was like, what percentage of people do you think understand it's a blind guy cane, and what percentage of people think that I'm just like walking around with a light stick? And he thought only 15% of the people knew that it was a blind guy cane. I was like, ooh, that's a low number, but it still gets people out of my way. So I don't know. I'm kind of torn on it.
Okay, thank you for answering. That was all my questions that I had.
Cool, thanks for calling. I appreciate hearing from you.
I can't call smiling face with tear emoji.
I like popping into the chat. I like
at Tony_Tone 3052 said, "Whoa, blind surfer stream."
Yeah, blind surfer. You know what?
At Maxwell Stanley 8815 said, "If standing at the peak of Mount Everest, you are closer to the human beings on the ISS than you are to the people at the base of the mountain."
Is that true?
At the Goose of Knowledge said, during his entire lifetime, Vincent van Gogh is known to have sold only a single painting.
I didn't know that. Hold on, I'm trying to do something on my phone right now.
The aerial tramway was the least used emoji up until recently.
I love you guys just dropping
random. Blind
random.
Master Productions 2996 said, "I have been told that it's like a lightsaber, especially if the cane folds."
All right, so here comes a super chat.
At SarahCam7808 took $5 through Super Chat.
What's up, Sarah?
UCSF has 2 clinical trials going on for ACA4 gene. Seems they are still recruiting candidates. Just wanted to share that with you.
Since it's close. I have an issue. That's what I have, a problem with my ABCA4 gene. I didn't know there was clinical trial. I wonder what that's going to... Geez, now I'm going to have to look into that. I was just going to hold these up, Sarah. So I got my ChatGPT open. Hey, Sam, what am I looking at here?
Sure thing. So from what I can see, you're holding up a bag of astaxanthin and lutein supplements. The label's pretty clear on camera. So it looks like it's a 14-in-1 formula with those ingredients. Let me know if you need any more details.
So I'm showing people, like, this is how I would figure out, like, what, like, I've been using AI. This is ChatGPT to, like, help me figure out what things are. Hey, Sam, does this side of the bag tell me the daily recommended dose? How many of these am I supposed to take?
Absolutely. So from what I can see on the front of that bag, it doesn't actually show the daily.
I'm showing him the front. All right, Sam, let me flip the bag around. Does it tell me how many I'm supposed to take in the back of the bag right here?
Yep, perfect. So looking at the back now, I can see the supplement facts. It says the recommended dose is 1 capsule per day for adults.
All right, so and I'm an adult. 1 capsule a day. See, that's how AI actually helps me out. I know the video I actually posted today was about how AI is not great for artists and how it's messing up the art industry, but it's helpful for... I wonder if you can see the... Hey, Sam, I'm holding the camera up to the Streamlabs monitor. Can you tell me, can you see how many people are watching the stream right now?
Absolutely, Pete. So looking at your Streamlabs monitor on screen, I can see that on the right side of the panel, there's a view account section right now it looks like you've got about 32 people watching.
All right.
So, yeah,
I wonder if that's total, or I wonder if that's just the horizontal. So that horizontal is this way, vertical is this way. We're on YouTube horizontal and YouTube vertical. We're also on Facebook, and we are on
At Sarah
Twitch.
Cam 7808 said, "Oh, I have that exact one."
You have the same exact
At
bills?
the Goose of Knowledge said AI is used to detect keywords on resumes for most jobs now.
Really? I mean,
at Stardom Up said Peter is the name of the Family Guy main character.
Yeah,
lol.
Peter's married to Lois.
At Kraus028 said there are clinical trials for Star Guards right now to stop regression.
Oh, that I have heard about that. You know what? And I say, so what they're talking about is Stargardt's disease, which is what I have. And man, if I could have stopped the progression of it when I was like, 8, that would have been fantastic. I wouldn't have lost all my eyesight. And I do, I don't want to take for granted the fact that I have the ability to see light. Like, I don't know if they'd put me at the top of the trials though, because there's not much left for me to save. But I mean, that's, if I could stop losing so that I'm not left. I have this terrible fear of being left in the complete dark. Like, I complain about the headaches that I get and the fact that when I go out or even when I'm inside, like, it's just light and blobs and blurs. And I complain about that because obviously it sucks. I'd rather just see. But if I were to lose the light perception, it was just to go completely dark. I have like mild panic attacks about being. It was funny when I found out I had a blinding disease, I was afraid that I would just be in the dark and wouldn't be able to perceive anything. And as it turns out, it went the exact opposite way. I'm in like the super bright all the time, but I do prefer it. But yeah, I wanted to show you guys how ChatGPT and AI is working for me. The other day, I took my little dog Skylar out to our side yard where she goes to the bathroom. And she has a little collar that kind of jingles, and she got far away and I couldn't hear her anymore. And I called up the same thing, ChatGPT, and I was like, "Hey, where's Skylar?" And the ChatGPT was like, "She's about 20 feet in front of you. She's sniffing around." And I called her name. He's like, "That did it. You perked her up. She should be coming back." And I started hearing her collar come back to me. Like, it was kind of amazing. The real-time interaction that I can have with ChatGPT and other AI things that can help me out, like reading the directions on my new vitamins, is pretty amazing. I think the technological advances that they're making that are helping out me and other people in other ways is
for
pretty
years.
Cool. At
BMCK5002 said awesome.
It is awesome, isn't it?
At Parker-U7P3L said hello there, mate.
Hello there, mate. I'm assuming that you're possibly from England.
At BMCK5002 said high five.
High five. Is that what's that?
At the Goose of Knowledge said France has a total of 12 time zones if you include its territories.
Is that true? France has 12 time zones?
At Kraus028 said I have Star Guards as well.
Oh, it's a good time, isn't it?
Clinical trials scare me because I don't want to lose what's left.
Yeah, that's the thing I'm afraid of. Like, what if you go into the clinical trial?
2996 said I know Neuralink through Elon Musk is trying to restore vision, but it will take time.
A long, long, long way off. And again, like, I feel like my light perception at this point is precious. And what the other person just said a second ago, like, yeah, clinical trial, I kind of want to know it's going to work. I don't want to go in and have them be like, "Oh, we screwed up and now your eyes fell out of your head and you have to wear prosthetic eyes." Or, like, I don't know how a clinical trial, they're supposed to be safe. That's the first round of clinical trials, is they're testing safety. So they're supposed to be by the time they're doing it on humans, but you never know. But I would like to, I hate thinking about this because it's kind of depressing because it's probably not going to happen. But man, I would love to be able to see again before I die. Like, it just feels weird for me to have lived where I could see as a kid, and then I could see poorly as an older kid, and then I was seeing crappy in my 20s, and then it was completely fading away in my 30s, and then I got nothing but light perception. It feels bizarre. It doesn't feel real. Because I never went to a blind school. I don't know a lot of other blind people. The only other blind people I met have been through collabs here on YouTube. And so I'm like the only one in my world that had this bizarre thing happen to them. And I keep thinking, like, before it goes completely dark, like before I lose my light perception and everything closes in, I keep thinking, like, that can't possibly happen, right? They're going to fix it before that happens. But then I remember thinking, like, I remember thinking it couldn't possibly happen that I'd lose my eyesight to the point that I couldn't see myself in a mirror. For a long time, I could see myself in a mirror from a normal few feet away, and then I was getting closer and closer and closer. And for a few years, if I got like right in front of the mirror, I could see myself. And I remember thinking like, it can't possibly get so bad that I won't be able to see myself in front of a mirror, will it? And now I can't see myself in front of a mirror. So it did get that bad. It's weird to think that.
Said my favorite puppet is Joe Biden and Kim Jong-un.
What?
At Blind Master Productions 2996 said for me, I was born blind.
Yeah.
I hate to lose vision and then it's gone.
Being born blind is a whole
At BMCK5002 said, bro, I would give y'all my eyes.
Oh, no, you would.
We could trade him. It'd be fine with that.
No, you trust me.
At Tona-J30 asks, how do you piss?
How do I piss? Out my,
At IONZ2 said, oh, never mind.
Like, how do you do it? Wait, out
At
your
Solaris
ear?
542 said, yup. Especially with eyes, it gets scary.
I wonder.
You can feel like you're losing what you know.
I wonder if I like having. I love it when the chat goes crazy like this. There's just message after message after message. Does it drive you guys nuts when I have the chat going and I'm talking? Because I'm very used to like listening to something and talking at the same time, like I'm absorbing what I'm hearing.
Hey.
But does it drive you guys crazy?
At Legend Avery 9086 said, I have been watching your videos for years. Love your awesome attitude and outlook on life. I hope that you live long and prosper hard.
I hope that I live long and prosper hard as well. And I hope that in that lifetime, maybe they will figure it out. I don't know. Neuralink is like 50 years away as far as I'm concerned. The clinical trials, all they're doing is trying to stop it, which is better than nothing, but they haven't talked about fixing it yet. 760-517-6844 is the phone number. I always try to get to the phone calls. Sometimes I space out and just start talking endlessly, but let's see who's on the line right now. Hey, who's this?
Hey, man.
Hey, who's this?
Trent.
Trent, what's going on? Wait, I love it. You get me 2 nights in a row. What you decide to show up both nights? What's going
on? Just sitting here watching. Well, watching quotes your stream. And
do people do that to you too? When you say those words, are people like, you said watching? Like Banana and I watch TV a lot of nights together, and I say we're watching TV because there's a screen on, it's in the room, I'm pointing my head in that direction, and true, I'm just listening. But who the F says, hey, I'm listening TV tonight? Like
hey, I'm just listening to a couple of shows with you right now.
Yeah. I mean, it just seems weird. So I don't change my lexicon, but people call me on it. It gets annoying.
The friend group that I'm part of, which is also my sister's friend group, but that's besides the point.
Yeah.
The guys like to mess with me about stuff. They're like, "Well, you're what?" I'm like, "No, I'm not watching anything." But they're messing with me. So the other day, I was walking in the hallway of my very normal high school that I don't like because there's a bunch of stoners there, and it always smells like Mary Jane.
Really? The whole high school?
Most of it.
Okay.
It's, Delaware's not known for being ghetto, but I feel like it is kind of ghetto.
Okay.
But, so I walked past my friends. They didn't say anything to me. They could have waved at me to, whatever. So I texted my friend. I was like, I saw you, and put saw in quotes.
What does that? Do they laugh about it, or does that cause problems? People are like, what can you see and what can't you see?
She responded, I bet you did, bro.
So how did you actually know it was her? Did you hear her talking or something?
Yeah, they were yapping.
Okay.
Her and my sister's boyfriend were yapping about life or something. Yeah, so that's just how it is when you're blind.
I've found with your friend group, like my friend group, especially when I was like in high school and I was losing my eyesight and my friends were really in tune with it, they were so helpful to me. Like I remember I could walk into a restaurant and like my best friend Jay at the time would just sit down, and there's no point in me looking at a menu. I can't read it. But he'd look at the menu and he'd be like, hey, they have a bacon cheeseburger, they got some ribs, and they got a chicken salad sandwich. Because he knew what I liked. And I didn't have to ask. Like, I didn't have to make a scene or be like, what's on the menu? And like wait for everybody else and then have them read it to me. And like, he was just such a good friend that he helped without asking. And as I went past high school and later into life, and I kept having to meet people and like get them to understand, basically it was like just like training everybody all over again. Like, yes, when I was in my 20s, I was like, yes, I can walk down a street. I can kind of see people coming at me, but I can't see their faces. And then trying to explain vision loss to people that don't know you, like everybody's so confused. It's like a really confusing concept, I think.
See, for me, when I just go to a restaurant, I'm like, you got a cheeseburger? Okay, I'll get that.
That's, that's what, the very first time I went to a Taco Bell, I went in there by myself. I was in college. There was one on my campus, and the person in front of me just goes, I'll get a number 6. Now, I have no idea what a number 6 is, but I'm assuming it's not the most popular thing, because usually the number 1 and the number 2 is the most popular thing. And I was like, I'll get a number 6. And so they handed it to me. It was a total, I had no idea what I was going to get. It ended up being a Mexican pizza. And I was like, oh, this is really good.
Gosh.
Yeah, but so that actually, I liked it. I liked the Mexican pizza. But
they were a lot better back then. They're not really good anymore.
Oh, really? I mean, I was still in college, so we're talking like 97 or something like that. I was like crispy and single serve. But then I remember one time I was in Washington, D.C. by myself, and I ended up at a restaurant. I was hungry, and I sat down at the restaurant, and this is what I did. I don't know why. I was always embarrassed to tell people I was blind or losing my eyesight or something. What I did is, as the waiter came over, I grabbed my phone. It was a flip phone at the time. I held it up to me like I was on a call, and I just tapped on the menu and I said, "This, please." Like I mouthed it because I didn't want to explain to him that I couldn't see it was on the menu. And he brought it, and it ended up being crab cakes. And I effing hate crab cakes.
And you're from New England.
I know. I'm just not a big seafood guy. But life would have been I was just so embarrassed for such a long time to tell people I was losing my eyesight. It was such like a gut punch. I used to do nonsense things like that all the time. I'm pretending to be on the phone. I'm like, hey, on a busy phone call, right? It's a business phone call. Tap, tap, tap. I'll just take this. Like, what the hell was I thinking? I just could have said, like, I'm blind. What's on the menu? It would have been a lot easier.
I just got a notification from Facebook. It says, people you may know, Pete Guston.
Hey, you do know me.
I do.
That's good. You're also, I think you're on Instagram, which I check infrequently, but I did see you had like an alias on Instagram, I think.
Yeah, that's just my name on things that, I might consider, because the problem with Instagram is the algorithm is either great or it's not. YouTube, you can tell it starts to become your views become average. Instagram, it's just one time you'll get 5,000 views, and the next video you'll get 3.
Exactly. And me on Instagram, I've got like 760,000 followers on TikTok, 2.5 million on YouTube, and I think I got 175,000 on Instagram, which is it's a big number. Like I'm not gonna I only have 175,000, but it's not even close to the other ones. I
have 171 on Instagram.
Hey, I've got 1,000 times more than you. Ha ha.
That is true. You do.
Almost exactly. That's kind of funny, but I don't know. Anything that gets the videos out there, spreads the message, makes people happy, gets a little inspiration. If it's one person, 10 people, my views have gone down lately. And for a minute I was like, hey, this sucks. But I was like, whatever. If it gets out to 10,000 people, that's pretty amazing. So, and even these shows, I sit here for an hour and a half, 2 hours sometimes, and I'm only reaching a couple thousand people. As opposed to I can just do a short and reach 100,000 people. But, one person, that's all it takes. Just make one person's day a little better. Make someone smile. Make someone feel like they're not alone, like they're heard, they're seen. So I'm happy to do it. I enjoy it.
And talking to people you've never seen before is fun.
That's my day every day. Eyesight joke.
That's my thing every day, too.
All right. Well, thanks, Trent. I appreciate it. Good hearing from you.
Said algorithms are weird FR.
Algorithms are weird FR.
At Christian Martinez-01K said she chick.
She chick.
At Christian Martinez-01K said hi.
Said hi. I figured out what that was.
At BMCK 5002 said LMAO.
LMAO.
At BMCK 5002 said ha 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 ha.
Ha 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 ha.
At Dane Orshalovsky said Pete, you're hilarious without realizing it.
Wow.
A blind surfer who doesn't like seafood.
I hate
ironic
seafood.
Much haha.
Well, hey, Dan, I don't know if you've ever been in one of these. Sup. I don't know if Dan Orlovsky, I think he is. I don't know if I've ever heard Brooks has never said your name in a live. I don't know. I don't think you've ever been in a live. But yeah, I think it's a good thing to be a surfer and not like seafood. Because I don't know, maybe all the creatures in the sea, they can tell. Like if I'm surfing with Brooks or something and he's a big seafood guy, they'd be like, you're eating our people. Like we don't like you. I go in there and the only seafood that I like is shrimp and I like it with cocktail sauce, but coconut shrimp is so good. I really like coconut shrimp. I hate all fish. I hate the smell of it. I hate the texture of it. I hate the way it feels. I really hate the way it smells. I hate it when you walk in to a seafood restaurant. I can't, there's nothing I like about fish. I remember my mom, like when I was in high school, I think she got me like shark or something once because she thought I'd be like, oh, it's shark. That's tough. Tough guys eat shark. I didn't like that. What else? I hate lobster. Lobster's gross. Lobster, I remember I was dating a girl, early 2000s, and we went to Legal Seafoods in Massachusetts. It's a chain, but it's like a nice seafood restaurant. I didn't know this was a thing, and it was so gross. We got her a lobster. It was like an expensive lobster, and she cracked it open, and a bunch of, I think, she was describing it to me because my eyesight wasn't that great then, like black stuff came out of it. And it smelled, and we called the waiter over, like, what is this? And they're like, oh, that happens every now and then. It was pregnant. I was like, oh my God. Like, we killed a pregnant lobster. You cooked it. You brought it to, she cracks it open, and all this stuff just came pouring. I'm like, why do people eat this stuff? So gross. I will never forget the smell of that adventure.
It focuses on mobility and travel as a blind individual through the eyes of a mobility instructor.
I feel like someone's talking about some app or something like that.
At BMCK5002 said it's like crab.
Yeah, crab.
I prefer my liquid butter with crab.
Liquid butter. If you,
At Duncan
crab.
If you, English gent said, first time I have caught your stream.
Oh, well, I'm glad. I feel like I'm hearing a bunch of new names.
At the Goose of
in
Knowledge
Goose
said at Danor Shalovsky, ha.
Yeah.
Ha.
Yes, crab. If you like drown it in butter. I think again back in high school, my mom used to like make crab meat sandwiches, and if you like poured some hot butter on it.
At Chantelli Marie 3008 tipped $5 through Super Chat. I have retinitis pigmentosa. I am also blind. By the way, my cousin who is blind is studying law. It's never too late. Maybe you should give it a shot.
I don't know if I want to go change careers at this point. I think the one I've got is working out pretty good, but I did something about it. Like I liked the trying to argue. I wanted to be on the criminal defense. That's what I wanted to do. I don't know why. It's not like a good person role these days, I don't think. But I like the idea of trying to convince people of something. Like, I don't know. It was like everybody knows this person's guilty, and you're trying to convince them otherwise. I felt like that was challenging. I guess I didn't consider the morals of it back in the day. And also, if I was blind and I went into law, then I just have to hear the Daredevil comparisons all the time, which I already get right now. And if I was a lawyer, that would be even more consistent. I thought, is Banana in here? I felt like somebody came in here. Well, maybe Steve just did a drive-by. 760-517-6844 is the phone number. Hey, who's this?
How you doing, man?
Hey, good. Who's this?
This is Jacob from Texas. How are you doing this evening?
Good. Jacob, what's going on?
Nothing, just sitting in bed. I happened to catch you live. I was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to see if I can get a call this time. I've done it a couple times and never got to catch it, so this is the time.
I think this late night when you say you're hanging out in bed, that's what Banana was saying. She actually kind of suggested or gave me the thumbs up to try it again tonight by myself, because she's like, I did a Sunday morning one this past week, and she's like, everybody's up on Sunday morning, like going to breakfast and doing stuff. She's like, try another night one. People are winding down the day. They might want to log on and check you out at that point. So that's good to hear that you're just chilling. What's going on tonight?
I'm about to go to bed in the next hour because I get a dip at 5:45 in the morning for work again.
5:45. What time do you have to be at your job?
Well, I usually get there around 6-ish, 6:30, and then I clock in about 7, and just kind of wait for my boss to give us the get to go, what to do for the day. Because I wash trucks and trailers for a living.
Oh yeah,
outside, for 8 hours a day outside. And that gets pretty tiring most of the day.
Yeah, it's a physically demanding job. And what is the temperature range where you live? Is it cold throughout the winter?
Well, it depends, because Mother Nature likes to be kind of weird in Texas. It could be 80 degrees one day, and then probably go down to like 60 degrees the next day, and it just kind of fluctuates.
Yeah. So how many people does it if an 18-wheeler rolls into your place? How many people are assigned to it? How many people does it take to clean a full big rig?
We have 3 people in the wash bay. I take care of the top of the trailer, and then the other 2 guys, they take care of the bottom, and we'll just do that all day.
Like the top? Are you like on top of the thing, like Neo in the Matrix, like on top of it? So does that need washing because it's got 85,000 pounds of bird poop on it, and you don't know until you get up there?
So I do with plastic pellets, and sometimes some of these trailers that come in, they'll either be clean or they'll be dirty. So it just kind of depends on what we got that day. And since beginning of December, it's been kind of slow for us, especially for trucking. It's been pretty slow.
Has it?
Yes, it has been very slow, and I am not liking it at all.
No, do you have?
I like being busy.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to be there for 8 hours a day, you might as well have something to do, right?
Mm-hmm. So I got a question for you, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you wasn't blind, and somebody gave you the chance to get your CDL and go into trucking, would you do it?
I don't know. I mean, like right now, I feel like there's a bunch of things that I'd like to do with eyesight now. I'm not sure. I mean, I think it'd be kind of fun. It wouldn't be on the top of my list. Let's put it that way. The funny thing is people ask me like, what's the first thing I'd go and do if I got my eyesight back? I kind of feel like I'd just like to do a day. Like do a day free of stress, anxiety, and fear. Like there's so much.
I get that, man.
Yeah, there's so much that's like stepping outside my house. Just things could be in different places. I could walk into a person. I could get hit by an electric car.
Right.
I can't really go to a lot of stores by myself. I have to get help. Like if I just woke up tomorrow and had good eyesight, like I'd just walk into my pantry. I'd find what I was looking for. Maybe I'd walk down to the village, go get myself like a donut. Maybe walk down, another block to the ocean, kind of just sit there, look at the waves. Like I don't need to do anything crazy. Would I want to drive cross country in an 18-wheeler? Like maybe. I mean, that could be cool. But I'd like to just sit on a park bench and be like, hey, look, there's kids. Hey, look, there's dogs. Like this is going to be a weird visual memory. I remember the last time that I was able to see grass. I remember looking down at my feet as I was walking across the lawn of the first condo I bought in 2004, and I looked down and I made visual note of it. I was like, I can see individual blades of grass, and then from that year on, from like 2005 to 2010 or 11 or 12, I would just look down and I'd see green, like it was like a child colored it in with a marker or something. And then it became like a solid green, and now it's kind of nothing. But I remember seeing blades of grass. I was like, oh, that's kind of trippy.
So how did you get your chat GPT to do that voice thing I heard earlier? That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before.
Oh, I did a video about that, and people are like, you're lying, your chat GPT can't do that. I'm like, yeah, man, it totally can, because I'm doing it right now. I pay
that's pretty cool.
It is. It's super helpful. I pay $20 a month for chat GPT. I've always had it with the premium subscription, so I don't know if it's available to people that are not on it. But if you have that plan, or if you don't, you can try this. You just go to ChatGPT, you enter voice mode, tap the little button that says enter voice mode, and then it says open video camera. And
okay.
If that's an option that's available to you, it'll start talking to you in real time.
Okay, that's kind of trippy.
Yeah.
That's a little trippy for me. I'm not crazy about AI, but I'll give it a chance if I had to.
I mean, it's pretty helpful for me. I wouldn't, it's not going to help you wash a truck, but I'm sure you can.
Yeah, right.
It's not going to give you a lunch break, but it can be helpful to me, and it can be helpful in certain circumstances. It's just kind of neat to see how how the technology is advancing. Thanks for the phone call tonight. I hope the business picks up and you keep busy.
All right. Well, have a good night, man.
Yeah, thanks a lot. 760-517-6844 is the phone number. I wonder if every once in a while the chat thing craps out. I mean, I have to go and restart it. What time is it? I told Banana that I'd do this for a little while, and then I would... 7:48. All right, so I haven't been on that long. Did the chat thing literally die on me already? It's usually only supposed to die after every hour. Oh, maybe I logged into it an hour ago. I can get up and go fix it. Oh, I hear sirens and stuff. Maybe I should well, I'll let it. What's going on outside? Like lots of police sirens. Hello, police sirens. I'll take one more phone call, and then I'm going to go fix the chat thing. 760-517-6844 is the phone number. Hey, who's this?
Hey, Pete, this is Ross again.
Hey, Ross, what's going on?
Well, I watched your short.
Yep.
And you said something to the fact that if I read it, I can't remember it. But that if I read it, I can remember it. If I hear it from someone, I can't remember it well.
But in the short that we put together, you said if you're reading a novel halfway through, you'll forget what it was.
No. That's if I was listening to it on my phone.
Oh, wait. So if you're reading a novel, you can remember the whole novel?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, as much as I could before I had the short-term memory loss. But if I'm listening to it on tape or on something like that, then I can't remember it. So, like, if you're voicing it, I can't remember it.
Up to $4.99 through Super Chat. Hello, Pete again. Here's another $5.
Thanks, Stardom Up. Sorry about that, Ross. I was getting some more tip money there from Stardom Up.
Okay. I thought I still had you on. I thought I didn't put you on mute.
No, you got me. That was Trent dropping $4.99, which I highly appreciate. Geez, now I can't go back and fix the thing. It's posted. Maybe I can correct it in the comments, but I got.
You don't need to. I was just trying. I don't care if it's out there and people have that wrong, but I was just letting you know.
Okay, that's interesting to me. That's like even more interesting to me. And I guess you probably told me that, and now my memory's fading. Great. But yeah, the fact that you can read a book and remember it, but if someone if you were to listen to it on Audible, you can't. That's trippy. What that stroked into your brain is really bizarre.
Right. Well, and back in the day, I used to listen to I would stay up in the middle of the night because I lived kind of close to Reno. And when I was a kid, I would listen to one of the radio stations in Reno at 2:00 in the morning to listen to like the macabre or the other stories that they did over the radio.
Yeah.
That were, and I love those. But if I listen to it now, it's not that I don't love it. I just don't. It was a waste of time because I can't remember. And movies. Like if I watch a movie, I don't remember what the movie was about too much. I can't give you details.
As soon as it's over, or like the next day? Like how long is it in your brain for?
About an hour after it's over. Unless like Memento, if I've seen it a few times, and if I see it a few times, then it can stick.
Yep.
And if you watch it on streaming something where you can get it, all the time, that's fine. But going to the movies, right after the movie, I couldn't tell you really I enjoyed it, but I couldn't tell you what happened.
So you can walk out with the feeling like I enjoyed that process?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess that can kind of be worth it. You walk out with a good feeling, and then maybe if you're with someone, they can remind you of the movie, but that is a trippy way to live. I hope you don't mind me sharing that short.
No.
I think your condition is, I don't think a lot of people know about it. I felt like it was fascinating to share. My apologies on missing that detail. But I did catch a bunch of people in the comments that said that they suffered from similar things. So that's interesting to me.
Right. Well, and it's not that big of a deal really to me because, it's not going to affect my life. I just wanted to get you straight, but like I said, it's not going to bother me.
Straighten you out, dummy. Dumb blind guy, you messed up the information. Well, I'm now, honestly, that being the fact, it is even more fascinating to me. But because I posted that video, and how all your devices spy on you all the time, I've started to get information about short-term memory loss, and I was getting some information about clinical trials and drugs that they're trying and stuff. So, at least they're looking into it.
Right. Well, and here in Chico, we actually, to give you a claim or where Chico is, we're 10 miles below, and when I say below, because Paradise is up the mountain, but where the big Paradise fire was, the campfire.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Where it wiped out the whole town.
Yeah.
And we were ready to evacuate because it started coming down the hill too.
Oh, man.
So
that's scary. So you're up in that area. That is so not okay. That's God, having to evacuate. We've had a couple scares around here in the San Diego area, and that freaks me out every time. I was like, I don't want to have to evacuate. I'm not leaving you guys. I gotta find. Let's see. Can I turn on? Yep, I just turned on another microphone. I'm going to walk over to my computer. It's far away. Normally, if Brooks was here, I'd have him do it. I'm going to walk over here, if I can stand up, and I'm going to try and not knock everything over. This is going to be weird if anybody joins right now. They're going to be like, where's that voice coming from? I'm going to try to restart the little text machine because it is not reading them to me out loud right now, and I want to hear what you guys are saying. So hold on, I'm trying to figure out
one running window.
Where the heck it is.
Logitech gaming software.
I have to
one
turn
running window.
on
Car Oriad. One
I
running
have
window.
a text-to-speech machine over here, and it should be telling me.
Zoom Workplace.
That's Zoom.
Two running windows. Car Oriad.
That's
one running window.
Read.
Logitech gaming software.
That's Logitech.
One running window. Caster Labs caffeinated.
So that
dashboard. Close window. Close window.
Has to be closed.
Close window.
And then I'm going to launch
Caster
it
Labs
again.
caffeinated.
And
desktop.
So if you guys can hear the little robot voice talking, that is how I operate my computer. I'm standing by waiting for Caster Labs to restart. Looks like it did. I say looks like. Sounds like it just restarted for me. I'm going to set it so that I can hear everything. And hopefully in a few seconds, it'll be back. If not, I've done the show without the text-to-speech before. And I can just take some more phone calls. Is this weird, just like listening to my voice, but not seeing me? Hold on, I got to kill this thing. And I'll head back over. Coming back your way. Let's see if that fixed it. I don't know if it did. Let me turn on this microphone, kill this microphone. And
at Sarah Cam 7808 said, I'm still here, got in the call K.
Look at that. I like being able to
at
fix
Chantel
stuff.
Emery 3008 said lots of people are commenting, but not everyone paying for it, which is why so many aren't reading.
If you
said,
pay
Pete,
for
it's
it,
working.
Yeah, I got it. I'm excited. I got that
at
working.
the Goose of Knowledge
Goose
said,
of Knowledge,
snakes
you're still there.
smell with their tongue.
This is true. Snakes smell with their tongue. Yeah, that's the way it works. So if you do like a super chat of $3 or more,
said ketchup was once sold as medicine.
Is that true? Goose of Knowledge, you just drop like fact after fact after fact after fact. Like that's you got a lot of facts. I feel like you should do a whole YouTube channel just of facts. Yeah, if you do a super chat, it has to be $3 or more. It'll get read out loud.
Bashaw 3857 said hi.
Said hi. What's up?
At 16 Tasia said hi.
Said hi.
At Ririmer 4978 said Sarah yeah.
That Riri and Sarah are in the chat together.
said I'm pretty sure it fixed it.
Yeah, it's kind of frustrating with the thing.
Killer K-U5P said yo what's up.
Yo, what's up?
At Killer K-U5P said hi.
There's something strange afoot at the
Jack
Circle K.
Iburnside said hey TTS lady is back haha.
Mm-hmm. She is back.
At Chantel Emery 3008 said oh now it's working much better.
Yeah, it just craps out and then
at Sarah Cam 7808
it's on a whole different computer.
Heart.
All the way over there.
At Art
at least I know how to fix
what
it.
if you could feel your PC screen?
I mean, I guess that would be kind of helpful, but I don't need. I mean, I can hear it.
What's up?
I wonder when I was doing that. Could you guys hear the text to speech on the computer, like reading stuff to me?
5292 said, "Hey man, thank you for being extremely inspirational."
Hey, it's my pleasure. I mean,
at Danelle Bashaw 3857 said, "Good job, Pete."
Thank you. I appreciate that. He said, "Good job being extremely inspirational." It's an interesting one to say. Like I remember when I had Superdog. And people would say, like, that's a beautiful dog. And I felt weird saying thank you. Like, I didn't make him. I didn't do it. I didn't breed him. I wasn't his dad. I just kind of, got him. And so I felt funny saying thank you for that. And then people, when they say, like, thank you for being inspirational, I feel funny about that, too. Because I'm not, like, trying to be. I'm just kind of living. Like, I decided not to let my life, get ruined by losing my eyesight. I mean, it should have shut me down. Should have made it so that I wasn't able to do half the things I do right now, but I kept trying to find different ways to do things and keep enjoying my life because, like, not to sound selfish, but I wanted to do it. I wanted to do it for me. I wanted to keep getting out there. I wanted to keep hiking with Banana. I wanted to learn how to surf. I wanted to keep skateboarding. I wasn't doing it for other people. I was doing it because I've got this one life. I've only got this one life. And even though my eyesight crapped out on me, I didn't want that to be the end. I didn't want to be like, well, that's the end of fun and enjoyment. It's over. Like, I still got a bunch of years that I'm going to be here on this earth. And I wanted to try and squeeze as much enjoyment and pleasure and as many experiences out of it as I possibly could. And in order to do that, I had to keep pushing and finding different ways to do it. And then other people say, thanks for being inspirational. I'm like, you're welcome. But it was for me. Hey, you know what? If the unintended consequences that other people are also inspired, then cool. That's good. I guess I can't say you're welcome.
At DeRhino said, I really hope I get to talk to you on the phone. I have a thematic Brian injury.
A thematic Brian? Who's this Brian? Why is he so injured?
New Zealand has more sheep than humans.
New Zealand has more sheep than humans? And I know you were saying brain injury, by the way.
3857 said it would shut a lot of people down.
I wonder what would shut a lot of people down. I do that all the time, by the way.
This whole thing is really cool.
I do. I type Brian. Well, I work with a handful of guys named Brian, and when I'm typing, I always call them Brain, and of course, spell check never catches it. I also write TEH as opposed to the all the time. You'll see me in the comment section. It's me because I wrote te instead of the, and I do that like constantly. 760-517-6844 is the phone number. Yapping to some of you people out there. Hey, who's this? Uh-oh. Somebody's not there. Somebody's about to get blowed up. If you don't answer, you're gonna get...
Turtles. I like turtles.
You got blown up because you weren't there. 760-517-6844 is that phone number. Let's see if we can get to another person and see if this person is there. Hey, who's this?
One second. I'm sorry.
No, good to know that you're there. When two people in a row don't say anything, I'm like, oh, crap, did I break something?
Oh, no. So, I'm Mitchell Hawley. I am actually out of Oklahoma.
Cool.
And I had a really, really interesting question that
can you hold on one second,
I've ever
Mitchell?
watched the video.
Christoph Stearns tipped $5 through Super Chat. Hi-end Hubs Pete. How are
Thanks.
you tonight?
Thanks,
Hope
Crystal.
the
I'm good.
Were good.
Voice acting.
They were good.
And I was going to ask
tell you more
what
about it
has
later.
been your favorite voice act that you performed?
I've been asked that one a fair amount. Last week, the last time I was asked, I said that my favorite voice acting job is the next one because I've started to. The industry is becoming extraordinarily competitive. It's very difficult. It's not like, yes, I'm popular. Yes, I've been around. Yes, I got a lot of clients, but it's not like people are banging down my door being like, please read this thing for me. It's still a competitive job environment. So I'm always thankful when I get a new one.
Yeah.
In the past, I mean, I've been, I of course got to play Optimus Prime. I got to be in a SpongeBob trailer. A while ago, I did talk about, it was a small job. It was like 2013. And it was not a very big job. And it was outside of my norm. Like I normally do promos, like short stuff, like 30 seconds is my max. But I did a series of videos for a Canadian ice car racing league. And I did like 6 of them. And I just thought it was so fascinating. Like I didn't even know that existed. And then they kind of built this whole thing around my pacing and my reads. And they were really cool videos. And so, it definitely wasn't the biggest job, didn't get me the most notoriety, but it was a fun project to be a part of. And for some reason, 12, 13 years later, that one still sticks out in my mind. But, the first trailer, I ever booked, the very first one was SpongeBob Sponge Out of Water. So, talk about a cool trailer.
I actually watched that, and that was actually a really good movie. And I went back a while back to rewatch it.
Yeah.
And I actually hear your voice, and it's really cool to know that that's you, and to be able to go back and watch it and know, hey, I watched that guy on YouTube now.
That's fun. I do like it when people get to, they're like, I heard you in the wild. And sometimes I wonder, I'm like, was it actually me? Like, I'm not entirely sure if everybody knows exactly if they're hearing me, but it's cool to know that people can hear me out there. They say hear you in the. I like it when I'm out and about, like I'm just walking down the street with Banana or something, and I'll hear my own voice coming out of someone's car. That one always trips me out. I was like, hey, that's me. Did Steve just steal my phone?
Right.
Oh, no, there's my phone right there.
So I'd have one other question for you.
Sure.
And it kind of ties into this as well. If there is one act that you could do, what would that be?
One, like a voiceover job?
A voiceover job, or maybe even an acting job that you could get into and that you think you would play well in and that you would enjoy playing.
I mean, this is going to sound extraordinary. Like, let me just play that as a wish list. Like I had a genie's bottle. You know, I don't want to say like I could have been,
right.
A group of people that I hang out with, we were all together. It's like a month or so ago, and one of the girls in the group, she's like, you know what? she just blurted out. She's like, if you could see, I feel like you would have been the one playing Deadpool. Like I just totally could picture you doing something like that. And I'd never thought of that before. Like I'm working so hard to be a good voice actor that I feel like it's natural that my brain is like thinking about acting, like on camera acting. And I think doing an action movie would be like super fun. I feel like that would be fun. And then Deadpool, because there's so much humor in it, and I never take myself that seriously. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm as good an actor as Ryan Reynolds. I mean, I'm obviously a million times worse because I've never done it before. But I think if I, instead of having devoted my whole adult career to becoming the best voice actor I can be, if instead I'd been working as an on-camera actor, I mean, I don't know, maybe. And if I could rub a genie's lamp, I think I would love to. And it's funny now because people are like, more people see you on YouTube than see you in a Hollywood movie. Hollywood movies are dying. I'm like, I guess. But, I grew up watching 80s movies, Top Gun, E.T., stuff like that, into the 90s. Like, movies were a big, big, big part of my life, especially before I lost my eyesight. So to me, being in a movie seems like the pinnacle. Like, I would, before I die, love to do something on camera. I'd love to challenge myself and see if I could pull it off. I might be terrible, I don't know, but I'd like to try. I
mean, there's been plenty of blind actors that have actually acted on screen. And with your voice, and I know with voice acting, it's different, but you still portray a character, you still portray a persona. It's just you have action in with it, not just a voice.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I think it would still be possible for you, and I think it'd be a good option or a good opportunity for you as well.
It would be a lot of fun to try. It's so hard to do. Like, my job right now is so demanding. I know someone today in the video I posted, they were like, you say one word and get tons of money. Like, I mean, on extraordinarily rare occasion, when you book like a big trailer and you get like the, rated R, and someone pays you for that. But most of the time, the reason I'm reading all day, every day is because I got tons and tons and tons and tons of clients that, don't pay me huge amounts of money, but you stack them all together. That's why I'm reading from, 6 in the morning till 6 at night every day. You stack it all together and you can make a career out of it. But that makes the workday extraordinarily busy. I can't like duck out, hop on a train, head up to LA, go read an audition, get told no, do that 45 days in a row, and then keep coming back to voice acting. A big part of voice acting is being available.
Said, I hate what's going on with your job, Crystal.
Yeah, I hate what's going on with your job, Crystal, as well.
4978 said, praying for Crystal C, folded hands emoji, complete healing in our Lord's name.
Yeah, we talked to Crystal last night. She's got anemia. She had a knee replacement that went bad. Her work's trying to get rid of her because she needs she needed like one
Sarah Cam 7808
accommodation.
Saying a prayer over here to Riri.
And I think it was like getting her wheelchair out of her car or something like that.
Said, me too. It's just so corrupt and evil, and it's a government office to boot.
Wait, is that right? No, that's not right.
At the Goose of Knowledge said the world's largest butterfly.
How's it 808? When did I start this thing?
Has a wingspan of around 10 inches.
That's a big butterfly. A 10-inch wingspan on a butterfly? I feel like that'd be kind of freaky. I forget what time I told Banana I was going to wrap this up tonight.
Habit Reforger asks, is anemia even like something that is detrimental to their health? Can't you just take iron?
I mean, I would
At
assume it
Rearimer
could help.
4978 said, "Thank you, Sarah, as you are my sister
I'm not a
in
doctor.
Christ."
I'm not going to try and figure out how to fix anemia. I'm sure if it was fixable,
At
they'd
Christopher
fix
Nelson QX7 Eek said hi.
it. Said hi. What's going on?
At Sarah Cam 7808
Sarah, you're dominating
said heart.
tonight. Said heart.
At the Goose of
Steve,
Knowledge
oh,
said
here's some more
M.
knowledge. Oh, what was that?
At Crystal K Stearns said, "Thank you for the support, everyone."
760-517-6844 is the phone number. I guess Medana will come and get me when it's time to wrap this thing up. I'm super curious. The one thing the text-to-speech won't tell me is how many people are in here. Last week when I did this, there was over 2,000 people in the horizontal and 6,000 in the vertical. So that was a big... It's kind of the reason I'm trying Thursday again, to see if people are there. 760-517-6844 is the phone number. Hey, who's this? Hello, hello. I got to give them a couple seconds to, hey, Steve, we're giving someone a couple seconds to see if they're going to come to the phone. It doesn't seem like it, so...
Turtles. I like turtles.
We blow them up. If we go to the phone call and the person's not there, that's what happens. They get blown up by the big explosion and Josh. 760-517-6844. Did I lose Steve? He was here. He got himself all comfortable, and then he decided to run away. Hey, who's this?
Okay. Hang on, I gotta sit down.
Yep.
Hang on.
No
I don't
problem.
want any echoes or anything like that.
No, I appreciate it. It's easier when people used to call the radio because you weren't calling on the thing you were listening on. Doing it on YouTube, I understand it's a little difficult, so I got patience for it.
Yeah, I was watching it on TV, but I had you on my phone.
Oh, you had the stream up on TV?
Yeah, I got it on my TV, and I got my little kind of theater room going.
Hey, that's kind of fancy. I was up on your big screen. Now I feel I got promoted from a tiny little phone to a big screen. You just made my night. Thank you. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm probably two streamers right now because I have to do it both on my phone and my TV to make sure I'm getting everything all right.
What's your name, by the way?
My name is Lee.
Lee.
Most people know me by LT.
LT?
Yep.
I remember, so in the 80s, depending on how old you are, LT was Lawrence Taylor. And then in the, late 90s, if you were a Chargers fan, LT was LaDainian Tomlinson. And so LT kept evolving. And I was never sure in between those two which one people were referring to. But that's good company. There's some good people named LT right there, at least really good athletes. I don't know if they're good people per se, but they were good athletes. So it's a strong name.
I actually went to LT because my actual name is David Lee, and I got tired of the David Lee.
Yeah, I could see that would get a little bit annoying after a while. Every time you tell someone your name, they're like, "Oh, like the singer?" Yes, like the singer. Yep, just like that.
Yeah, I'm my dad's name and my last name. Just give me the initials. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, that works. What's going on tonight?
Nothing. I just seen that you're on.
I am.
And I called,
on.
and somehow I was able to connect to you.
It's funny. Just some people randomly. There was a guy last night. This dude called himself Ice, and he sounded totally smoked. And Brooks is reading the chat, and he's like, people are trying to get through. It's hard to get through. And I checked the call log afterwards. There's usually like 600 phone calls, sometimes between 600 and 1,000. And it might be the same people like dialing back. But every once in a while, like the same person will get through a couple times. Like, how'd you do that? It's just, I don't know, luck of the draw, I guess. I feel like if you get through to the show, you might want to enter a radio station contest or do the quick pick the next day because you might have some luck going for you.
Yeah, I guess there was also a little bit of effort. You kind of have to do call back. I think I called back a few times.
Oh, did you? Okay. Yeah, I feel like I don't think that there's 1,000 different people calling every time, but I think if people call back,
people try and call at the same time.
The very first time we did this, like the very first time, I was using a Skype phone number, and like no one had ever seen a call-in show on YouTube before. Like I did this like 2 years ago, and I totally jury-rigged it, and I just kind of like ran a wire from one computer to another, and I gave out the phone number. We got 16,000 phone calls. Again, people, they were calling back again and again and again and again, but it was 16,000 total. I got a note from Skype. They didn't understand what I was doing with the phone number, and they told me that my activity was suspicious, and they were suspending my account, and I was never allowed to sign up for Skype again on the email address that I used. So I'm not using Skype anymore. But yeah, it was this letter. It was like, your Skype account has been suspended, and since Skype is owned by Microsoft, they locked me out of my own Microsoft. Like I went to go to Microsoft Outlook the next day. I was locked out of that. And I'm like, what happened? Just because I got a bunch of phone calls? So it took me a while to get out of Microsoft jail because of that one.
Yeah, you've just been inspirational to me because I've seen I don't even know how I found your videos, but I've seen the situation you were in because I was a big surfer. I have my own skateboard brand, and it's something that I made serious for like a short term of my life, and then my life flip-flopped, and I felt like I was falling on my face, and I just seen your stuff, and you're still doing everything. It's like, I thought it was really awesome. Like,
that's cool. It's hard when you do. I do feel lucky that my vision went so slowly. I was always able to kind of, compensate, get ready for it. Like at a certain point, I wasn't ready. I was like, oh, I didn't know it was going to get this bad. I didn't know I was going to have nothing left. But throughout my life, I was always preparing myself for that next challenge. Like when this gets hard, I'm going to have to do this. I always feel for people that like one day, you're driving your car and the next day you have a car accident, you like lose your legs or something like that. Or like, just there's things that happen like overnight. Like I feel like that's kind of terrifying. And the fact that it happened to me young, people might think that's terrible. It happened to you when you're young, but at least I knew where it was going to be going. So I kind of prepared myself, my life, my career, the way I lived to be ready for doing it with no vision. Did what happened to you? Did it happen suddenly?
oh yeah, it happened within a year.
What happened?
Basically, I had a good income. Like I was making great money. But then my mother passed away, and then I moved to the middle of Texas. You were talking to a guy in Texas earlier.
Yep.
Here, I moved into the middle of nowhere, Texas, like where the weathers are always extreme. I didn't even know there was a thing called mud rain. Like, I'd never heard of mud rain
Sounds
before.
horrible. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I've never heard of a haboob. But apparently, I got hit by a haboob and a mud rain and hail in the same month. Like, that's crazy.
What the hell is a haboob?
The haboob is like a dust storm, but kind of like it's like a dry hurricane, basically.
Oh, God. So one day it's raining, the next day you got a dry dust storm coming through? I don't know if your area...
Oh, yeah. In April,
I don't know if I'd want to live there.
of this last year,
yeah,
we had 19 inches of snow, a dust storm that destroyed my roof.
What?
I got I had the mud rain that I told you about.
Sounds like that could be a country song. I feel like that needs to be put to music or something like that. The dust storm
I can do
destroyed
that.
my roof. The haboob
I got a
messed
few
up my
guitars.
lawn. There you go. Do you still have the skate brand?
Yes, I do. I don't know. I haven't put anything online since I moved, but I do have a bunch of decks still available.
That's cool. What's the brand? You want to plug it?
Not really, because it's like I need to actually reconnect with my distributor, change my address, and do a bunch of stuff. But the assets are through a very good source. They make great skateboards, but I don't like. All I do is send them my link and my files.
Oh, nice. And they make them for I found Blind Skateboards, I think, is made by the people that used to make Vision skateboards or Vision shoes or whatever. I didn't catch that. I finally was like, oh, I get it now. Like Vision, now they're Blind. At first, I didn't get where the name came from. I used to have Vision. I used to wear a lot of Vision skatewear when I was skating in the 80s and early 90s. I always thought it was kind of ironic. Like the legally blind kid had the Vision shoes. I thought that was kind of cool. But I never picked up a blind board. I don't have one.
You probably should get one, like even just for the ironic aspect of it.
Well, yeah, instead of being ironic, it's just exactly like that is exactly what it is. The blind guy is skating the blind skateboard. I think I killed the... It's 8:18. So I told Banana I'd be on for an hour. I think I've done an hour. And I think I killed the stupid...
Here we
go.
Said, dang it, I got on the phone with you, P. Then I wasn't talking cause I was watching the show on TV and I was interested in what you were talking about.
Well, it's good that you're interested in what I was saying. I try to give people time, but I can't, it can't be dead air forever. I can't. A lot of times if I hear like a little like someone in the background, like they're desperately trying to get off of the thing, I'll give them a second. But if it's dead for a while, like I gotta move on. I gotta go. And that's what I gotta do tonight. I told last Thursday, Banana was out at book club, so she was gone the whole night. This night, she said, go in there, give it a try, talk to some people, see what's going on.
Fiddler Riddler said it's the blind guy.
What up, Fiddler Riddler?
The Goose of Knowledge said a sheep was the first animal to be cloned.
That is true.
Was first cloned in 1997.
Yeah. I think I heard that
Fiddler Riddler said wog.
Wog. I heard that Tom Brady
said, I just got here.
Cloned his family dog, and I think it's because he works for the company that does the cloning.
At Matea Brown 3983 said Sudan has the most pyramids than any other country in the world.
That makes sense. I've been getting fed a bunch of pyramid facts and a bunch of Joe Rogan talking about the pyramids. And the more you hear about them, the freakier it gets. On the top of one of the pyramids, this is Aaron Rodgers was talking about this, where, so take the source for what it's worth.
At the Mesozoic World 6586 said you have 59 views and 184 likes.
Oh, on which platform is that? The probably on the horizontal. 59 views, can't be 59 total. Maybe 59 people are there. I don't know, but thank you for the information. Apparently, on top of one of the pyramids, there's an engraving or a etching or something of a submarine, a spaceship, and a helicopter, on top of a pyramid that was made, 2,000 years BC. So, yeah, there's some freaky stuff that's going on with those things over there. I do think that I'm going to...
At Matea Brown 3983 said the human circulatory system is more than 60 miles long.
That I have heard that. We got a lot of guts inside of us.
At the Mesozoic World 6586 said YouTube.
YouTube? Well, yeah, but I'm on
Brown,
two different YouTubes at the same time. I'm on horizontal
said, Hi, Sarah.
And vertical. Hi, Sarah. But yeah, I told Banana we're going to walk the dogs and maybe, have some sort of an evening together. But I want to spend some time with all of you because I love you all so much. The hardest part about doing this thing live, basically everything is macroed. I've got I got a mini controller. This is what I do with all the calls. This one right here is all the scenes. It's how I change the camera views and stuff. If I want to go over to the side camera, as long as it's not dead, side camera's over there. I've got this view. I can put, this one up, got the phone number on it. This one right here doesn't have the phone number on it. And this one allows you to see the chicken if you're in horizontal. But the one thing I don't have is the ability to end the stream unless I go over to that other computer. So let's see, I'm going to put your comments back up so you guys can...
World 6586 said vertical.
Vertical.
My apologies.
Oh, all right. Well, thank you for the information. I'm going to let you guys take us out.
Bats can live up to 40 years old.
And
they have
bats can live up to 40? I feel like I could just stay here for an hour and learn stuff, but I gotta go. I'll be back with Brooks and Banana next week.
Bye, Sarah. Said, have a good night, Pete.
Thank you, Sarah, and thank you, Sarah and Matea. I know I have stuff from you waiting for me. What up, Matea?
Said, hi, Pete.
Hi, Matea. I have stuff waiting.
Well.
I am. For you guys at the UPS store. All right, I gotta go. Banana's waiting for me. Steve's waiting for me. Oh man! All right, Steve's here, and I talked past the music.
Said, "Have a good one, Pete."
All right, I'm gonna let you guys talk for 10 seconds. I forgot how to end this thing. Love you all. I know, Steve. We're going.
At C. Velasquez 9070 asks, "What do you think is more painful, childbirth or kidney stones?" At AlexMetal_Wolfie 769 bye. At 2004 Radman said bye. At the Goose of Knowledge said goose out.